Hello, everybody, and welcome to What's New Wednesday with Allison. How are you all doing today? Oh, let me get my microphone. I do this every week. Whatever. Like what I say. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Nothing needs to be perfect, right? Yeah. So this is a vacation week for the New York public schools and Long Island schools. I thought it was going to be next week. So I don't have kids in school. It's hard to keep track. I got grandkids in school, but that's all I have. It's not all I have. It's everything I have. I love my family. And being a kitchen designer and a bathroom designer, dealing with clients and the kitchen, it's the hub of the home. Everybody spends time in the kitchen. How many times have you had a party where everybody ends up in the kitchen? If you're the host and you're going back and forth into the kitchen, everybody kind of just gravitates into the kitchen. I guess it's the food, the warmth. Food is pleasure, it's intimacy, sharing of food, sharing things with other people. A lot of that happens in the kitchen. So, of course, I love family and I love entertaining. And there we go, the love of the kitchen. So, yesterday was my lighting webinar, which went really, really well. It was, you don't think you're going to be able to talk for an hour about lighting, but you really are. So I was able to talk about lighting for an hour. And we had a nice question and answer after. So all is good. All is good. What I wanted to talk to today was I've been doing the lighting and the lighting and the lighting, but we've had some people in the group asking questions about countertop material and marble for countertops and all these different countertop materials. At the end of the day, it's really up to the client. Because if your client doesn't love the material that you're picking, even if you tell them the pros and the cons, if they don't love it, then they're never going to love it. And the key to kitchen design is for the people, your client, to actually love their end product. I love bringing happiness to the clients, listening to their needs. That's why when I recommend and I teach taking time to interview your customer and finding out what, their whole intake of what they need, how do they live, how many people, who's in the household. So you're taking their needs and their wants and their desires and creating a workable solution. So the countertops, years ago, they came out with that white kitchen and the gray kitchen with the white countertops. It was very popular, and they were advertising it with the Calcutta or Carrara marble tops. So the marbles are not recommended for a kitchen countertop. Lighter marbles are not recommended for a kitchen countertop. You do have your darker marbles, but the characteristic of marble is that it will show wear and tear. It will scratch, it will patina, food and oils can get absorbed in it. If you want a pristine look that doesn't falter, then you should not suggest marble. But if you make your client aware of the pros and cons of a Carrara marble countertop, they might be okay with liking it to patina and get worn. And that is what they use in Europe are the Carrara marble countertops, especially in Italy. So, that countertop that shows the wear and the tear and the love in the kitchen is something that some people really, really treasure, and they love that look and the patina. The same thing with soapstone. Soapstone is a softer stone. Well, it's soft, but it has really good antimicrobial properties. And it's very resistant to etching, scratching, acid. So, but it can absorb oils and it can show, fingerprints and things like that. So there are no perfect countertop materials. So get that off your head right away. There is no such, smack you right there. There's no such thing as a perfect countertop material. They all have their pros and cons. They all do. Every single thing. I say it all the time. The only thing that's perfect is almighty above us that we achieve for perfection. But nothing, no material is perfect. Everything has its pros and cons. Marble has a tendency for etching, scratching, acid, not scratching just from something physically scratching it, for even acids. Acids will scratch it. Lemon juice will take the finish off. So that's why they recommend a honed finish countertop, which means that they take that shine off of the countertop surface. However, once you hone it, you take that shiny surface off, the material becomes porous. So you have to seal it and really maintain the porousness of the countertop material because it is honed. So when you see honed material, a lot of times they will put an enhancer on it. An enhancer is something that will enhance the stone color. It's kind of like if you take water on the marble or the honed stone and you see the gorgeous black will start to come through, because when you hone black, it will become a gray, charcoal gray. So once you take that enhancer and you go over the surface, it brings richness to the colors and depthness to the stone. So you seal it, you enhance it. It's different than a sealer. Enhancing it, it's like when you take a sealer and you put the sealer on, it's going to evaporate, going to look like it didn't change the material. But if you put a sealer on, an enhancer on, it can darken the material, and whatever you put that on, it's going to stay like that. It's going to enhance it, and it's going to change and affect the color of the stone. So when you have your marbles, you have your pros and cons. And when you have your granite is much harder than marble. However, the granites have that speckly look. So and they don't come white. So when you had those kitchens with the white countertops and the Carrera marble tops, a lot of the dealers, the kitchen counter fabricators, would not sell the marble. They would be like, I'm not even going to do it for you because you're going to come back to me and you're going to tell me, look, it's stained, it's this, it's that. So what they would do is they would sign an authorization that you take responsibility for the fact that your marble countertop is susceptible to scratching and staining and etching. So the quartz material that came out was, you had your corian and you had your laminates and you had your granites. So what they did was they developed an engineered stone and called it man-made quartz. So it's made with pure white quartz, and then they add in all the pigments and all the other things to make a pattern and whatever they're going to do. But quartz countertops are real quartz ground up and mixed with resins and chemicals to become whatever you see the material as. We all know our quartz, like our Cambria surfaces, our Caesar stone surfaces, and LG solid surface, stone quartz countertops. So you have your quartz, which was mostly the white, and speckles, but it didn't have the same depth and the same look as your real natural granite. So with that white countertop that came out 12 years ago or whatever, when they started showing the marble countertops, well, people will go, well, I don't really want my countertop to be getting etched and scratched, and I don't like that antique look. So, or patina. I want it to look pristine. I like everything to look beautiful. So I don't want that material. However, I want that look. Well, nothing else looks like marble except real marble. Granite looks like granite. So that look of real marble, they tried to develop the quartz material to replicate more of that white granite or white marble look. So you have the white quartz countertops. So you'll have people who will say, I hate that material. I don't care how good it is. It resists the scratching and staining, and it's very solid through and through. It's a beautiful material. But you'll get people who do not like the fact that it's man-made and will say, I don't care what you tell me about that countertop. I hate it because it's man-made. Or because, so that's what happened with the whites. You couldn't get granites, and the marbles are not recommended. So they started to develop those quartz countertops. So now you have the white quartz countertops and all colored quartz countertops, and with mirror speckles in it, and all kinds of looking like concrete and looking like roughed up surfaces. So the quartz material came along, adding to the regular marbles and granites and your soapstone, things like that. You had your corian coming, but that was a solid plastic material, and that has its own look, but it has its beneficial properties as well. You can burn corian or any kind of solid acrylic surfaces. You can burn them, you can scratch them, but you can repair them. You can actually mix that epoxy, and it actually will fuse and melt and become, because it's plastic, it all kind of fuses and melts. So you can seam it and fuse your seams together, but it smells like plastic when you're working with it because it is plastic, and it has a particular look. So you can show that corian and say, listen, you can repair it. It's seamless. You can get the sink molded into it, but it has a certain look. So you'll get people go, I don't care how beautiful that corian can be, and it can be repairable. I don't like the way it looks. So at the end of the day, we are telling our customers the pros and the cons, and it's their decision of what they like and what they don't like. Years ago, it was the laminate countertop. That's where everybody had a laminate countertop. That's what was affordable, and that's what people used, because it was either granite for your luxury kitchens or laminate, which was for everybody else's kitchen. Then you had your corian coming along, and then you had your quartz coming along, man-made quartz. So now I'm going through the magazine, the Kitchen and Bath Business Magazine, KBB, and I see this material for countertops, and it's called Phoenix. Here's the surface of your next kitchen, and it's called Phoenix. What the heck is Phoenix? So, and I have a little, what is this? Basically, it's a laminate. It's made from Formica. That's the brand, because Formica is a brand. And it is a type of a laminate. And a laminate is made with layers of paper and layers of color and resins and high pressure put together to make a high pressure laminate, a very thin a piece of material that gets put on top of a wood substrate or a particle board substrate or something like that. So I went online. I'm trying to see what is this? What is this Phoenix? A new name, Phoenix, Phoenix, Phoenix. It's a new type of a laminate product. Now, the only thing I wasn't able to find out about this was if you know Formica countertops, you know when the two pieces join, and I have the laminate countertop here, it has a line. Okay, so even though this may look like a stone, this is very pretty material, it's laminate because I can see the little dark line in there. Okay, so we have our little line, and that is the deterrent for people to get the laminate countertop. They go, I hate that line because everybody can see that it's not real stone. So the laminate, that is the downfall of laminate, is this edge, this straight edge. So they did like a beveled edge where they cut this and put in a piece of bevel that would hide the seam, the black, and it would have like a beveled edge. But that's a delicate edge, and it could chip and it could crack and it could peel. These laminate countertops are the most durable and indestructible countertops that are out there, other than your granites. My cousin had a white Formica countertop for 40 years. You'll see some 50s kitchens still with that laminate countertop, still in good condition. It has a layer of plastic, and so the plastic is protecting the surface from scratches and whatnot. You more or less you would wear out the surface more than you would damage it. So this actually has a nice little sheen to it and a little texture to it, and it's a great material. However, it's this line. So I'm wondering if this Phoenix from Formica has a line. What I did see was it's only in these solid kind of colors. So it's not a pattern, but it's a solid. So I'm curious to know, and I'm just, we weren't able to go to KBiz and see everything, and it would have been interesting to see this on display, and I could have reported more on it, but all I can do is see this through the magazine. Magazine, my daughter used to call it the magazine. So all the countertop materials, again, pros and cons, pros and cons, pros and cons. One thing, I have a quartz countertop, and don't buy a inexpensive knockoff quartz countertop. Buy a reputable manufacturer that has a 10-year warranty behind it. Because if anything happens, like it yellows or mellows or stains or anything that is defective on the product, is covered under a manufacturer's warranty. So you always want to make sure I'm a proponent of warranties. Those Chinese cabinets that are so cheap and really good price point? What is the warranty? That's always my big thing. Big. What's your warranty? So I'm really glad that everybody kind of chiped in and gave their opinion on their own product and what they have and how much they love it, because we all need feedback on the quartz. I don't like my quartz countertop in my bathroom. It changed color. It's plain white, and it's got like shaded and darker in one area, and could be from my water, I don't know, but I don't like it, and I can't wait to rip it out, and I would never put it back in. But that's me. I like the real material. I wanted white because I wanted it simple, but I will not use quartz again. I happen to not like the way it looks. to personal preference. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how pretty you think it is. I personally don't like it. So my option would be to find a granite or a quartzite. And even the quartzites, that is newer to the industry, quartzites, because the quartzites are whiter and lighter than granite. They look more similar to your marble stones, just the way the veining is and the pattern of it. It looks more similar to a marble. So, but the quartzites can be problematic as well. They're more money than granite. And one thing you need to know is that your man-made quartz and your granites and your quartzites and your marbles are all kind of in the same price point. It depends on the color. The same way with the man-made materials, it depends on the color. The same way with the marbles, it depends on the color. The same way with the granites, all of that, it depends on the color, the rarity of the stone, how much it takes to get where they're getting it excavated from, the shipping charges, the import charges, all kinds of things that go into the cost of the stone. So I happen to prefer the granite. I have 2 granite countertops. I have my 20-year-old granite kitchen countertop, which finally has some chipping on the edge, the very edge, a couple of chips. You know, we hit it with things. It gets hit with banging a pot or at wear and tear. And who knows, it could be a fault in the stone where a piece of the stone came out. But there's no staining. The scratches, I can't see any scratches. Maybe it needs to be repolished, but I'm fine with the way it looks. I just put some countertop shine on it and that's it. And it is in beautiful condition. Maybe somebody might say, well, the color is not really what's in. You know, what comes in and what everybody likes is, don't go by what's in, go by what you like and what your customer likes. So then I have a granite in my bathroom that I absolutely love, this granite. And it was a honed granite. I don't do anything. I don't treat it, nothing. It is in gorgeous, beautiful condition. I love the stone, and I would hate to have to change it, but at some point I'm going to have to change it because I have the sink and the faucet and the vanity needs to be changed, or you want to update it. It wouldn't be what the next person would want. So, but for me, the granite is beautiful. Granite to me is the most durable from my experience and my opinion. But it's a matter of finding the color that you like. So now the granites have just become out of favor. And I really think that we should give our granites an opportunity to come back in favor, because they're actually at a lower price point now, some granites, because of everybody wants the quartz material and everybody wants the quartzite material and the marbles. So the granite leveled off in price, and you could get some beautiful granite countertops for a very good value. So keep in mind when you're designing for your customer that you need to know your different materials. And if you're educated on your materials, you can educate your customer. And as long as they understand the ramifications of what they're putting in their home, and you've let them know the pros and cons, then the customer is aware of their decision and makes the ultimate decision on what is acceptable in their home. That's it. If that person accepts the fact that that marble, that gray Carrera marble is going to be susceptible, but they love it, then give it to them. Don't argue. Don't try and change their mind. Make your life easier and just do it. Give it to them. They know the pros and cons. They know what's going to happen. Whatever. It's your house. It's your money. It's your choice. Because at the end of the day, the client has to love what they paid for. Manny. This is Manny again. He's a pain in my tuchus. Say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. So that's my little spiel on countertops. And in the Kitchen and Bath Design Academy, lots of things getting added to it. It's an online learning platform for continuing education for designers, new designers, inexperienced designers, experienced designers, just keeping up on things and keeping educated on what's going on in the kitchen and bath business. And it's an educational platform. And it's educational, not with social media, not with marketing, but with the technical things you need to know regarding kitchen and bathroom projects and design. And this month in the Kitchen and Bath Design Academy, we're focusing on the lighting. So if you can get a chance to check it all out, that would be fabulous. And if you're working on any projects or you need any help with anything, don't forget you can always reach out to me and I'm available for you. That's my mission, is to help you guys to be the best designers you could be. Knowledge is power. I want to give you the knowledge that's in my little noggin and share it with all of you. Why not? I would love to. I would love to. So thank you for watching. By the way, in upcoming shows, I'm going to be hosting guests. So I've got 4 guests already lined up for upcoming What's New Wednesdays. So keep an eye out for the announcements of who's going to be on and what our subjects are going to be, and some exciting things coming up for What's New Wednesday. I appreciate everybody watching and have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Ciao for now. Peace out.